So just to update people in cavan Monaghan. Obviously, I haven't live stream today, but basically, a lot of things have happened. We're on the sixth count, actually. So before I start, last night, etc., we were supposed to have the fourth count. It was nearly half one week, and then it was called off. Long story short, there's a huge issue with last night, particularly, and again, Cavan's known for this. They must want to stay on for extra overtime for the money reason, and I think that's probably it too, because we're trying to get as much out of the state as possible. The people counting the votes, because it seems to be a tradition in Cavan where we're always the last paddy out to give the first count. And obviously we need, they need the extra few bob, the people counting the votes to get it. So, but it's not, just to start with, the spoiled votes is an awful amount of votes. It's 658, which is a lot for two small counties in rural Ireland. It isn't a lot of spoiled votes, nearly, give or take 700, lean enough, if you round it up. So that's an awful lot, so they were him and hauling over that, pretty much. So that's what happened last night. So we only got the first count, basically, literally, at just after 12 o'clock, and I have it here now. And should you have to bear with me for a minute when I go through it. So, yeah, so as we say, we're still only on count 6 as we speak now. It's going on to count 7. We don't know if that's going to be done tonight. But unfortunately, some sad news for people I voted for. And a lot of people here have probably voted for too in cavan Monaghan. So we start with the first count. So a good few people, mainly independents, were eliminated. Jimmy Mel, as I said, I give him my number 6 vote. Unfortunately, only got 27 votes. Fergal Derry, 79 votes. Joseph Duffy, 122 votes. And Mark Malone, National Party, 177 votes. Now, also when I'm here too, I'll tell you how many votes they got, etc., etc. So I just want to start, loads of people would ask me how these people didn't get more votes. And the totally honest, the independents, particularly the 3 independents, nobody has heard of them. I heard of Jimmy before. I give him a vote because he's a former member of the Feds Forces, and because he said if he was elected he would give it. Obviously that didn't happen, unfortunately, but it's always again. But again, nobody heard of them. There was no leaflets around about them. There was no posters. So that's the reason why people were asking. That's the reason why the majority of people I asked didn't know who they were. Had to inform them who they were. So some people that went didn't hear of them at all and just seen their name on the ballot paper, and that's what he had. Same with Mark Malone. Nobody really knew who he was around this area. I give Mark a vote. I give him my, what was it? It was the fourth vote. Yeah, it was the fourth vote. So unfortunately didn't get in too. So that was the first count this morning, just literally at 12:15 or so. So the second count obviously happened, and there was only one person that was eliminated, Shane Mulligan of Liberty Ireland. He got 544 votes. Now, I never heard of Shane Mulligan before until I voted for him the other day of the election. I give them my 5th vote. So yeah, a lot of people didn't hear of him before. Again, this is the thing. When you're not known and you don't have much of a reputation, etc., around the county, people won't know you. But he got a lot of votes in Monaghan, obviously from Monaghan. So he got a lot of votes, but he got 544. So he was eliminated in the second count. The Green Party got eliminated now in the 12th count, and obviously we know about the Green Party. The only fellow, as I speak now, what got in the Green Party barely, Rodrigo Gorman. The rest of them have been wiped out. Basically, there's no such Green Party left. But he's still done well. Aidan O'Gower got 750 votes, which is very good, but it's not as good as they did before. The Green Party have suffered a lot in Cavan. They used to get about 1,000 or 2,000, which is good, but it's nowhere near to get elected. But still, it's good. A lot of young people used to vote for them. I knew a few people who voted the Green Party. But then they got a cow, and then they kind of decided, the Green Party not for us because we're paying more, and etc., etc. It's not that the Green Party not known, that they always nearly won a candidate somewhere in Cavan. I think the people of Cavan are sick of the Green Party, to be totally honest. And a lot of people I meet are sick of them and sick of Eamon Ryan and have enough of it all. So pretty much I don't think people are interested in the Green Party, to be told. There is some people, of course, but I don't think the vast majority of people are in favour of paying heavy taxes, etc., etc. Moving on to a name a lot of people would have probably heard in Cavan, particularly with the local election just gone by in June, is Lester Gordon, James Gordon, just to be specific. Now, he won in the local Tory election, as I say. He done very well. He was very, very close in the local Tory election, especially because it was his first time winning. He's done very well. And he has done well here, particularly as an independent candidate on his own. He's done very, very well. He got 1,046 votes. So fair play to Lester, and I give them my number 3rd vote, Lester Gordon. So it's very, very good, and it's a good base to build on. And it's a good amount of votes too, as I say, for an independent, he's second time winning. And especially because, again, the majority of votes he got going by this is in his own area, Ballyjim stuff, around that area. Which makes sense. But again, it's a good starting point. It's a good jumping off point if he wants to build up from there. Because again, he is known around that area, so he just needs to expand out. And then he would do a lot better. So, but he done very well, and again, he would do better if I, think for example, if I was going for it, I couldn't speak there. But yeah, he done very well. Like for the first time, if you look it up, he done really, really well, and he should be very proud of himself because he did do very well today, and the last election too, in the local town election. If he just had a bit more votes in the local town election, he would be a councillor as we speak. But still done very well nonetheless. So moving on to people before profit. So this candidate wasn't from Cavan, originally from Sligo, lives in Sligo. But she's still done very well. In fairness, though, she's done very, very well. She got 1,194, sorry, excuse me. So she's still done very well, especially usually people from outside constituencies don't do that well because they're not known. Because really you rely on your friends in your constituency, etc., etc., to give you votes and to get you up there. So in fairness, she's done very, very well. And I think the main reason is because I was talking to a few people who kind of are left-minded, vote left, etc., etc. And they were kind of didn't want to vote Sinn Féin. We've seen across the country, Sinn Féin's not on the list unfortunately now, but we'll talk about it in time to come. A lot of Sinn Féin has gone down in support ever so slightly, but still is noticeable. So a lot of people, instead of voting Sinn Féin, give people before profit because it was the only left alternative, as one of them said to me, because there's no Labour Party. So that's really pretty much an anti-Sinn Féin vote, really, that they all, instead of voting Sinn Féin, they wanted people before profit. In my opinion, maybe it's different, but that's, to me, it seems like that's why it's so high. Some people didn't watch Sinn Féin, but they did want a left party, and that's what happened. Then the next sad thing is, in the person I give my number 2 to, was Val Martin Irish Freedom Party. Now, Val Martin done very, very well, especially for his first time out. He's done very, very well. And again, he didn't get much media time on Northern Sound, etc., at the local radio stations. So he got 1,591 votes, which is very, very good for the first time. Nearly 2,000 votes. So very, very good for Val Martin. It's a pity he didn't get elected. It's a pity. But again, there's always next time. But it's a pity. Again, the majority of people I voted for under one is not in the race, unfortunately, now. News just coming in now on the 6th count. We're waiting on the 7th count as we speak. So Shane Payne Wiley of Independent Ireland, a lot of people favoured him. A lot of people did say he probably would get in. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be the case because he has been excluded now from the vote. So we got 3,717 votes, which is very, very good too, especially for an independent candidate. As Independent Ireland be the new crowd. So at the moment, Shane Payne Wiley is not going to get in anyway. So it's all between really, and it's still a lot to play for. Nobody's been elected. I should have said that first. Matt Carty's likely to be, is going to be elected in the first count. So as I said earlier on, the 658 spoiled votes were on the 7th count as we speak. The count now. I will update just later on the trip. So what to just update you to what's happening now. So Matt Carty's on 9,857 votes. The quota was 11,000. I thought it was 10,000. I'm wrong on that. It's 11,542. Even though Matt Carty has it, it's really just getting the numbers at this stage. So they should nearly just say, here you go, Matt, he is the first seat, because there's nobody really to stop him from taking that seat. Because the next under it is Sinn Féin or two, Barrett Catty, the Deputy Lord Mayor Monaghan, I think, 7,273. So you can see Sinn Féin did well enough. Calma Brady's next to Fine Gael, not next, but it is 4,415 votes. Robbie Gallo, Fianna Fáil, 6,472 votes. David Maxwell, Fine Gael, 6,452 votes. Sarah Wiley, Ain2, the person I give my number 1 to, is 6,153. Niamh Smith, Fianna Fáil, 6,056 votes. Pauline Tully, Sinn Féin, 6,958 votes. Brendan Smith, Fianna Fáil, 6,841 votes. T.P. O'Reilly, 4,515 votes. So at the moment, it doesn't look like Calma Brady is going to be elected. At the beginning, when the first count was done and etc., etc., it looked possible that Calma Brady would have won. The first few boxes were open, etc., etc. So it looks like Calma Brady probably will be disqualified in the next count. Looks to be, and same with T.P. O'Reilly. Again, they're under 4,000. So I don't know what way it's going to go. It's all fighting for the last seat, but it seems like Calma Brady is not going to get there, or T.P. O'Reilly. But David Maxwell probably will get there. So it's either going to be... So the last seat is either going to be an Ain2 seat, Fine Gael, or Sinn Féin to get it, really. It all depends. I think it's pretty much guaranteed they're going to have 2 seats, Sinn Féin. I think it's the 2 top votes, Matt Carty and Cata Barrett. It's just locked down. I think Sinn Féin has them. There's nothing to really stop them from it. But it's all to play for really on transfers. As I said, transfers have a huge thing in this. So it's all to play for with Sarah O'Reilly too, what's going to happen there, because she's getting a lot of transfers as we speak. So I don't know about Robbie Gallo. I don't think he probably have enough. He's leading Sarah O'Reilly at the moment, but I don't think he has the momentum to get it. But we see what happens. But I do think Brendan Smith too. Probably just squeeze in. But I do think Neve Smith, because Brendan Smith has nearly 900 extra votes than Neve Smith at the moment. So it does look like he probably will get in, and more than Robbie Gallagher too. So Brendan Smith, I think, is safe at the moment. So it does like it shouldn't. Fianna Fáil will probably lose Neve Smith as sitting TD. We see what happens. We don't know yet. Again, this is only the sixth count. But going by this at the moment, definitely Cavan Brady is not looking good. And same with TP O'Reilly. So we see what happens there. Because again, they're only on 4,000 votes, and Matt Cowley's on 9,000, and the other Sinn Féin candidate 7,000, and the Neve Smith and Cheryl Wiley, etc., and Pauline Tullian's 6,000. So they would have to get votes from somewhere, and they would need to get some huge amount, 2,000 votes from Shane P. O'Reilly if they were transferred. But I don't think they're going to get it. So I keep you updated, because that's the sixth count, and it's going on to the seventh count as we speak now in Cavan. So we see what's the story then. So hopefully, please God, Sarah Wiley get in. Hopefully, to block Sinn Féin for getting a seat over Fine Gael. Hopefully, please God, Sarah Wiley, because she is doing very well. As everybody predicted, as I predicted too, Sarah Wiley would do well. It was well talked about. Sarah Wiley would do very well, and I think nearly everybody who wanted the new alternative in Cavan voted for Sarah Wiley number one. Because we could all see the change. We can all see the effort Sarah Wiley has put in the last few years in County Cavan. Everybody can see it. So we'll see what happens. I keep you updated. Thank you.